Okay, let's hop straight into the action. Today we are going to play the $5 flash spins on Pokerstars, and I'll focus on exploits and deviations from the GTO preflop ranges. So this will be the main focus today because, yeah, as you probably know, on GTO Wizard, you can browse the GTO preflop solutions totally for free. And a lot of players who are playing the very low stakes, who don't know where to start, basically take these as a baseline, which is okay. However, you would need to make a lot of adaptations to maximize your EV. King Ace suited, I'm just going to open jam. It's a pretty strong hand. Like we don't really want to min raise and then fold, and min raise calling is also kind of awkward. I think it's okay to do so, but I think open jamming will be the highest EV play. You're getting called by worse a lot. Okay, King 4 suited. That's the first adaptation I would make. I think people are not open jamming wide enough or like as wide as GTO. So I'm going to fold this King 4 suited. Also, you always need to keep in mind that we have quite a big edge in these games. And therefore we should skip or pass very low EV and very high variance spots. And yes, so that's why I folded King 4 suited. If I have some reads, someone is very, very loose and is open jamming like correctly, then I will of course call this because it is not even close GTO wise to call it at 9 big blinds. It will make, I don't know, around like 0.5 or something. So it's actually a pretty high V call. And with the ace king off, you can just ISO jam. Like there are two options. ISO jam is probably the thing that you should do when you are not that experienced, but you could also do like raise half of your stack. Your opponent will make a couple of mistakes. They might call and then fold. Like they are calling to white. Sometimes it will feel awkward because they will call jack deuce off, and then there's like you're not hitting a pair, you're going all in on a flop, and then it feels kind of bad. But overall, like over the long term, over a bigger sample, it will be like probably a tiny bit more profitable than just ISO jamming. Ace-9 suited, just going all in. Like again, GTO wise, this should be a limp, but your opponents on average won't ISO so much. So we don't need to protect our ranges, and therefore we are just going all in with a lot of our strong hands. They will call very loose, but they are not going to ISO very loose. Ace 5 off, I'm going to ISO jam. Definitely not going for a non-all-in ISO or checking back. This hand is super strong, and we are just going all in with that. Jack 9 off. This short definitely going all in. This would be a hand deeper that I might limp instead of open jamming, but at 3 big blinds, we are mainly playing push or fold. Queen 6 off as well, just open jamming. Like under 6 big blinds, I would say just get yourself some kind of like Nash push fold chart and just go with that when it comes to the pushing ranges. So going all in is fine with the Nash ranges under like 6 big blinds. For the calls, you should be a little bit tighter. Like if you take the Nash ranges and go like one kicker tighter, then this is a good starting point, I would say. And if you're unsure what kind of ranges to call or not, then you can always get our free charts. Just go to our Discord, and then you can basically get them for free. You can watch them through free bet range, and then you will have a very good baseline of what kind of hands to call or not. This hand again, like this is GTO wise a mix between rejamming and calling. I call mainly. I think this plays very well post flop. If we are rejamming, we are getting called sometimes too loose by a hand like ace deuce off, which is not our goal. And now hitting 2 pair, I'm going to check, and depending on my opponent's sizing, I'm going to raise or call. If he would have called, I mean, that's fine. Like, I think if someone is raising like this, he's probably not going to fold. So I'm going to raise very small and then going all in on a turn. Okay, that's very, very unfortunate. But normally, like, the bigger the sizing is from your opponent, the less fold equity you will have. And then when we have a very strong hand, why should I just call? and keep bluffs in when I expect him to call almost always. With the Jack 6 suited, this is an all-in normally, GTO-wise, at like 10 bigs. But I think we should probably try to decrease the variance a little bit and go for limping and c-betting. If I would know that this is a regular, then I would just open jam this hand, like the Jack 6 suited. Okay, ace Jack off, definitely going all in. At this stack depth, like as an exploit, I might go and min raise something like aces, kings, or queens, but normally we only have all ins or folds. Ace 3 offsuited, going to call with an all in. And also if he's 4x raising, we are just too short to fold a hand like this. There will be opponents where I might actually fold when I have the read that they are very, very tight and very, very strong. But yeah, you see, they can just be very random. And I'll make a recreational note here, because this is a play that regulars wouldn't do, right? It's 4x raising and then calling to an all-in. Of course, he has to call, but like you shouldn't raise like this. Okay, limping the Jack 6 off. I'm not min raising too much anymore at this stack depth. Only like very strong suited connected hands, like maybe a hand like king queen suited or like queen jack suited, you can min raise and then play post flop. But other than that, I tried just to limp and c-bet a lot. If my opponent is very aggressive and isolating a lot, then I'll change my strategy. But my baseline strategy is play a lot of hands, way more than you might expect, and always limping and c-betting. This is very, very profitable, especially the c-betting part, because our opponents tend to donk a lot. If they donk a lot, then the checking range is weak and they will fold too much. But then I normally don't bet too many turns as a bluff, but I might go for a bet check bet. Now on the river we have only a 6 of hearts, which is a pretty weak hand, but I think still with recreations we could probably flick in like a 1BB bet and getting called by worse. Okay, so pocket deuces going, and I mean this is a hand we kind of need to call. Also 7 big blinds deep. If he's limping, this hand should be always an all-in ISO. It's fine. We are a tiny bit ahead pre-flop, and we win the game. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you do, then feel free to hit the like button and write a comment.